WordPress 7.0 is dropping in the next couple of weeks and is bringing 12 new features with it. Whether you're running a client site or managing your own, these features are worth knowing about before the update lands. So let's break down all 12 and see what's actually new and whether there is something noteworthy. In this video I'm going to use a release candidate version, but as you see, an updated schedule for the final stretch will be pushed no later than April 22nd, so most likely it will be released in a couple of weeks. Now I'm going to open two of my sites side by side. This one here, as you see, is WordPress 7 and this one is WordPress 6.9. And the first new feature 7.0 has is the new administration color scheme. As you see, for the 6.9 the default scheme looks like this, but when I open up my default scheme in WordPress 7, you'll see more contrast in the colors, and highlight colors are also a bit different. It seems to me though that if you activate this fresh theme, it basically looks the same as the default theme in WordPress 6.9. Nevertheless, this is the first change. The second new thing is that WordPress 6.9 introduced us the command palette. That is, if you click on Command K, you'll see that you can add all sorts of commands, open pages, for example, with a couple of clicks. The same command palette is also inside the WordPress 7, but on top of this toolbar you'll see there is a link for it. If you click on it, it opens up the same command palette. I'm not very sure that it's too useful, but maybe for those who forget that the command palette exists, it may be somewhat useful. Next one, WordPress 6.9, when I browse between the pages, you'll see how does it load. Now when I do the same in WordPress 7, you'll see there is a small transition between, and it makes it a bit smoother. Small improvement, but somewhat a nice one. Okay, these were the small improvements. Now let's go to the pages. I'm gonna open up a page, and when I go to the page settings, you'll see that I have 3 revisions. When I open up the page on the WordPress 6.9 and I open up the revisions, you'll see that the revision view looks somewhat weird. It displays you what has changed in a weird way. You have to figure out what is this or what is this here, and it's not visually understandable what has changed. In WordPress 7.0 you'll see that when I open up the revisions, it displays me that this has been deleted. When I want to restore it, then just click on the restore button and it's here. Let's add something to the page, for example an image, maybe a heading. Let's save. And now when I take a look at the revisions, you'll see it displays me that this has been added. You'll see also visually what has happened. When I click here, it opens up what changes have been made. The same with here. So the revisions feature has become much more useful. I like it. Next, I'm gonna delete those 2 and let's take a look at the next one here. Now, next new feature WordPress 7 has is related to the cover block. You can upload your image, use featured image, use media library, or you can generate image with AI that you can connect to your site. Later I'm gonna show you how to do that, but the one I would like to talk about is related to this here. If you click on add media, you'll see there is a embed video URL. When you click here, then you can enter your YouTube video or any other video URL. For example, when I add this URL here, add video, as a preview it says video player configuration error, but when I save it and take a look at the site itself, you'll see that the video opens up and starts playing. For me, it's not a very useful feature because there is no way for me to set it up in a way that the video will not play automatically. Maybe I would like to add a play button on it. So for me, this feature is nothing special. Therefore, let's move to the next one. If you have used Google Docs, for example, then you know that multiple people can work on the same document at the same time. WordPress 7.0 will add this feature. Currently, when someone tries to access the same page, you'll see that it says you can either take over or exit editor. WordPress 7.0 will have this option so that multiple people can work on the same page or post. The reason I can't show you at the moment is because it was one of the reasons the release of the WordPress 7 was delayed. And they say that while there was general agreement that it would be nice to have the collaborative editing and sync coordination, it was paused due to time and designers' uncertainties. And they mentioned that rather than enabling the feature for all the users on day one, the opt-in approach allows usage to ramp up organically. So I don't know what does it exactly mean when it's released, but you'll know that at some point you will have this feature. All right, we've covered the first 6 features. As you saw, some of them are good, some are just so-so, and honestly, some of them feel pretty meh. But don't worry, we have 6 more to cover, so let's take a look at those next. Before I proceed, I need your help with something. That is, hit that like button so the algorithm thinks I'm cooler than I actually am. Now let's move on. Next feature WordPress 7 has is the new block, and the block is called breadcrumbs. This one here. As you see, you can display the home link in the breadcrumb and show the current breadcrumb. Some text and styling options, nothing particularly fancy here. When you open it up, you'll see there's the breadcrumb. They also added another block, and it's called icons. And what it allows you to do is you can choose the icon. You'll see a bunch of icons here. For example, let's select this icon. You can add the label. And the reason you would need to add a label is to help screen reader users. If you don't need it and need the icon just for decorative reasons, then you can leave it empty. You can change the icon size, add a background if needed, text color, and you can add border radius, for example, 50 pixels, and nothing else here. I'm not sure whether it's very useful, but nevertheless, it's there. Okay, next one, we have a heading. Let's add a heading block, and you'll see there is a heading, and you can choose between headings 1 to heading 6. Just as a comparison, in WordPress 6.9, you need to select the heading, and now you select which heading type you need, for example, heading 3. In the new version, you can just skip the second part and select it here. I like this feature. It means that I can skip at least one click. Next one is related to the advanced tab here. If you scroll down, you'll see there is an additional CSS box. Previously, when you take a look at the advanced tab, you'll see you can add CSS classes, but you can't add a custom CSS. So, for example, when I click on this paragraph block, there is an additional CSS. I can add my own CSS, and you'll see it displays as a preview. Let's add some padding, color, maybe width, and so on. You don't need to add any selectors here because it applies to the block you have selected. This feature I like because previously, in order to add the additional CSS, you needed to use a separate plugin for it. But with WordPress 7.0, it's built in. Great. Okay, next one, let's exit the editor, and now let's take a look at the appearance and fonts. I'm gonna activate the default 2025 theme, and you'll see there is a fonts, and now you can add your own custom fonts. It also works with any other theme. When I activate my favorite Blocksy theme, it also allows me to add custom fonts. That is, I already added this font with 2 variants. I can delete it. Adding fonts is really easy. Just go to the Install Fonts tab, search for a Google font, for example, Open Sans. Select your variant you would like to use as local fonts. Install. It takes a couple of seconds, and done. It says fonts were installed successfully. Now it's here. You can also upload your own custom fonts. These are the supported formats: TTF, OTF, WPOFF, and WOFF2. Just upload the fonts and then you can use them as local fonts. Now when I go to the page and click on the heading block, there is a typography option. When I open up the font, you'll see the Open Sans font I downloaded earlier. It's here and I can use it. Great. Okay, last one to go, and this time let's go to the settings and AI. This is probably the biggest feature WordPress 7.0 has. So you can enable AI and you can enable all sorts of editor experiments, content classification, excerpt generation, alt text generation, image generation, and so on. Next, go to the connectors, and now you can connect your Anthropic, Google Gemini, or OpenAI accounts with your site. Just enter your API key and done. Pay attention though that using your API connection costs you money, and usually it's not very cost effective. A brief overview with what you can do here is that you can click and regenerate your title. It did it, so you can generate featured images, generate excerpts, generate review notes, summaries, and generate meta descriptions. In this video I'm gonna skip most of it because I have made a separate video about all the features this WordPress 7 built-in AI has. This video is on the screen right now, so be sure to take a look at it next. In the meantime, let me know in the comments what are the best features the new WordPress 7.0 has that you like.